Shamai! This is lesson 5 on how to read music on your bass ukuleles. I'm doing a series of lessons using this book, Team Strings Double Bass. I do explain why I'm using this book in my taster tester lesson, and as I said, this is lesson 5, so if you haven't already done lessons 1 to 4, I would seriously recommend looking at those first, and I'll pop links in the description below. So I'm going to be using an electroacoustic bass ukulele today, but this lesson would certainly work for solid body bass ukes or U basses or bass guitars or even double basses. So lesson 5, if you've got the book, it's going to be pages 12, 13 and 14. I'm not going to go through every single piece on those pages, but it gives you an idea. And if you don't have the book, I will be putting up music of the pieces that I'm covering in this lesson. So it's the notes D, E and F sharp, which we've actually just covered in lessons 3 and 4, but this time adding the G, in other words, our next open string. You can see at the top, those are the 4 notes. D, our mid da 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 line, first finger E, which is the next space, 4th finger F sharp, okay, and I do explain in lesson 4 why we learn F sharp and not F to start with, and then our next note is going to be the top space, which is our G, which is our open string, which I covered in the opening lessons. And the numbers above are our fingers. 0 is open, no fingers. First finger, which is 2nd fret, all 4 fingers, or putting your ring finger down as I explained in lesson 4, and then no fingers again for our open G. So I'm not covering every single line of music. If you've got the books, this is great. This is why I highly recommend getting the books so you can fill in all the gaps, all right? But generally, I'm just going to cover the ones that I would look at in school. And then if you've got the books, you can go away and practice the extra things. If you haven't got the books, you're just going to have to practice the ones on the videos. So the first 2 little exercises have just appeared. Again, they're all minims or half notes. In other words, they are worth 2 beats. We have to count to 2. There are some minim rests thrown in there as well. And how do we know? Well, minim rests are those little blocks, and the minim notes, they are not coloured in. They're white notes. You can see the line going through the middle of them. So the 4 notes, D, E, F sharp and G. So open D. First finger, 2nd fret, E, 4th fret, and you're either playing it with your little pinky and pressing all your fingers down, or you're playing it with your ring finger, so F sharp. And then our next note is our next string, which is our open G. So the exercise after 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, D, E, D, E, F sharp, G, F sharp, okay? I'll zoom in a bit hopefully now for you to see what I'm doing with my left hand fingers, all right? I'll still count as well, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, rest, rest. All right, I'm not putting those little boxes across the music now. You need to read them yourselves, okay? Again, in lessons, if I was teaching this in school right now, I would have stopped pointing to the bars, all right? And that's the beauty of a video as well, is you can stop it, you can pause it, you can rewind it, you can practice, you can repeat, and so on. So the other little exercise, all right, still minim notes, our 4 notes, D, E, F sharp, and then G. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Rest, rest. Now I'm actually lifting my fingers away from the string to show you guys what I'm doing. If I was playing this normally, I really would be trying to keep my fingers as close to the string as possible when I'm not playing them, so they're ready to press back down again. And remember, if you're playing that 4th fret, either with your ring finger or your pinky, press your main 2 fingers, your 1st and your 2nd finger down as well. All right, just to make sure you're pressing that string down nice and firmly. So the next 2 little exercises, we've got crotchets or quarter notes now. So they are worth 1 beat when we're counting them. We've still got minims in there as well. All right, here we go, nice and slow. I'll call the notes out to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, E, D, E, F sharp, F sharp, G, G, E, E, D, rest, rest. And if you didn't remember, okay, the sharp sign, the little thing that looks like a hashtag, you only need to write it once in the bar, all right, and it means all the F's remain sharp. Let's do that one more time and I'll try not to count or say the notes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course we're stopping that note ringing on at the end because of that rest. And the last little exercise, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How did we get on? All right, you may well have to practice these in between, okay? And don't forget, you can always slow the video down, click on the settings below. Right, carrying on those 4 notes, Flamingo. All right, the first piece on this page. It's got that little keyboard sign. So if you've got the book with the CD accompaniment, there is a backing track with this one too. So it's all minims, nice and slow. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Remember, we count in 2 beats for each note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you need to slow that down when you're practicing it, there is nothing wrong with that at all. And even if you're getting really stuck, break it into little sections. Just practice 1 or 2 bars at a time, and muscle memory with your fingers will help as well. So a slightly longer piece again now. 2 lines. We've got crotchets, quarter notes, and we've got minims, half notes. We've got a couple of minim rests in there as well. And as you can see, this one does have a piano accompaniment or a backing track with it. So let's have a little look at the magic carpet. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, E, F sharp, G, F sharp. D, E, F sharp, G, E this time. Same as beginning. D, E, F sharp, G, F sharp. F sharps. E, D. Next line. D's. E, F sharp, E. E, F sharp, again, there's an awful lot to actually take in there. All right, this is why I'm trying to keep these lessons as simple as possible. You've got crotchets, so you're counting for 1. You've got minims, so you're counting for 2. You're thinking about crossing over the strings with your right hand. And remember, you pluck the strings across the bass, not away from the bass. And if you can, walk your fingers between your 1 and your 2. All right, but it really doesn't matter at this stage what you're doing too much. All right, and then you're also thinking about putting your left hand fingers down. All right, pressing them nice and firm. Keep your thumb in the middle of the back of the neck. All right, if you're not sure of the shape, you're basically making an OK sign or a C shape, okay, and pressing it down. All right, okay, so hopefully technically you can cope with that, and it's just a case now of brain processing where the notes are. Again, I can't stress this enough. If I was teaching this in school, we'd have gone over this and then I'd expect the students to go away and practice it. All right, this is going to take practice. Some of you will be able just to pick it up straight away and have no issues, especially if being used to pressing your fingers with your left hand down already. But if you're struggling, slow it down, practice, go over it. So page 13 next, continuing D, E, F sharp and G. I'm only quickly showing you the whole page just to explain I'm not actually going to do all the lines during this lesson. If you've got the book, great. That means go back and go on to the book and fill in the missing ones. This is exactly the same as I'd be teaching this in a lesson in school. You'll also notice some of them have got that little keyboard sign just to show that there's a backing track with the accompanying CD. So the top one we are going to look at now is the piper, all right? And the reason we're not going to look at that is it's the first piece of music that introduces the semibreve or whole note, and it lasts for 4 beats. In other words, when you play that note, you've got to hold it for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that is going to be dependent on your speed or your tempo, okay? If I was counting a fast tempo, it might sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I was counting a slow tempo, it might sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the reason I'm pointing that out, for a start, a semibreve or whole note, that means 4 beats, you can only fit one of those in the bar when we're in 4/4 time signature, all right? But I do often get questioned, does that mean 4 seconds? No, because tempos are not the same as us counting in seconds or minutes or hours, all right? We could have a fast tempo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Now that's much faster than seconds. We could have a slow tempo, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, okay? I'm not going into the detail and the theory of it today, but basically a beat is not the same as a second. It all depends how fast we are counting or the tempo of the piece of music. So the piper with crotchets or quarter notes, minims or half notes, and a semibreve or a whole note. So we start with our F sharp, okay? Pressing all 4 fingers down. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so you don't stop that note ringing on until you've counted your 4 beats depending how fast or slow they are. So we're popping down to folk song now. All right, again, it's got our crotchets or quarter notes, our minims, half notes, and our semibreve at the end worth 4. Okay, I'm going to have a go this one straight away without saying anything. Okay, nice and slow though. 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course, I'm counting 4 at the end there because we've got our semibreve or our new note value. So if you have got the book, please do have a little look at Lucy and Falling Leaves, the other 2 pieces on that page. I actually think they're the easier ones on that page. They've only got minims in, all right? But by all means, if you've got the book, have a practice of those 2 too. And page 14. All right, there you are. You can see the whole page up there. Again, I'm not going to do all the pieces in this. They do all have a piano accompaniment, the little keyboard sign. In other words, the CD backing track that goes with them. They're all 2 lines long. All right, so you've always got to remember to read down onto the second line. All right, so we will have a look at the gospel song, and then we will jump down to the Astronomer at the bottom. Now, just in case any of you can see it, it's tiny on the left, or if you've got the book, Kingston has got a strange little word, pizz. It's not short for pizza, it's short for pizzicato. That means plucking. Now we're playing bass ukuleles or bass guitars, so you are highly unlikely to be playing with a bow, but that just indicates to a double bass player, pizz means to pluck, and then the opposite is a little word called arco, which means to use the bow. All right, so if you are practicing this from the book, ignore that word pizz at the beginning of Kingston. So the first one we're going to look at, gospel song. It's got our 4 notes. It's got our Ds, our Es, our F sharps, and our Gs. They're mainly minims, white notes. So in other words, we count them for 2 beats, but we have got some crotchets, and there's no semibreves in this one. Okay, so gospel song, I'll count through this one. Hopefully now you're getting used to reading the dots or reading where the notes are. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, next line. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, rest. Rest. Now that one sounds like a typical bass line. There's no melody to it at all. It sounds lovely if you do play it with the backing track, all right? But a typical bass line doesn't always make much sense. And this is where reading music can help you sometimes, because knowing a melody certainly helps, all right? It's quite difficult to know a bass line sometimes. If you can read the music to a proper bass line, all right, that really can be a massive advantage. So I'm skipping Kingston and Coronation March, and we'll finish today's lesson with the Astronomer. Guess what? It fits with Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. All right, quite a popular little song. And there is a backing track to go with it if you've got the book with the CD. So we got crotchets, quarter notes, we got minims, half notes. We haven't got any semibreves. We have got our notes D, E, F sharps and G's. Let's have a little look. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, D, F sharp, G, G, F sharp, E, E, D, D, E, E, D, F sharp, E, D, D, E. Next line, F sharp, E, D, E, D, D, F sharp, G, G, F sharp, E, E, D, D, E, E, D. That one is a little bit more melodic than the gospel song, okay, and it does fit really nicely with Twinkle Twinkle. So a little bit faster, all right, without me saying anything. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next line. There we go. So D, E, F sharp and G, crotchets, quarter notes, minims, half notes, and semibreves, whole notes. All right, so that's now got us hopefully to the end of lesson 5. Now I am hoping that this lesson 5, will have gone up fairly quickly after lessons 3 and 4. But remember, if you've got the book, the beauty of the book is so simple to look back and even look forward a little bit, okay? So that's lesson 5 on how to read music on your bass ukuleles. As always, if you've got a comment or a question, please feel free, leave it below. Give us a like if you've enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos. Thank you for watching.